Okay, I had this dream about probably 8 years ago, and I had a dream that my husband and my children and myself were packing backpacks together, and we knew we had to go on a really long journey. We weren't sure where, we didn't know for how long, and we knew that it was going to be hard. And so everybody got their backpacks together and we got them on and we headed out. And then we finally get to the point where we don't see a whole lot on the journey. It's mostly hills and mountains and valleys, but we finally see a city up ahead. And we noticed as the journey had gone on, it went from sunny and cloudy and nice to more overcast and gray and more gloomy. And the whole journey, we did not see anybody else around. And we were hoping once we got to the city, we would see other people. And we just kept walking, and we finally come to a bridge. We don't even see any cars. There's no cars, no bikes, no people, no birds, no nothing. It's just quiet. And we know we have to just keep walking straight, and we know we'll understand when we get to where we're supposed to be. And so we finally get to the heart of the city, and we just keep walking straight. We don't go to the left, and we don't go to the right. And we keep encountering, every once in a while, we keep encountering a stoplight. And the stoplights are working. And they're red, and we have to stand there in the intersection and just wait until it finally turns green, and we're able to continue. Finally, we get to the end of the road, and there's this tall building. It looks kind of like an old hotel. And we know that's where we're supposed to go. And we can see the front door, and there's one more stop sign, or stoplight, and it's red. And it seemed like we had to wait forever. And we're just waiting, and we're waiting, and it's getting more cloudy and more gloomy. Finally, it turns green, and we're able to go in. And once we get inside this building, it's this giant courtyard. It's much bigger on the inside than it looks like it is on the outside. And it's bright, and it's cheery, and it's warm, and there's people everywhere. And the neat thing about this is everybody was so kind and loving, and they greeted us as soon as we came in. They knew who we were. And they said, oh, you guys are on floor whatever. And what we realized, all the floors had names of animals. And they said, you're on the shark floor. And I thought that was neat because my son at the time was really into sharks and ocean creatures. And I was excited about that. So everybody had their own, I'm sorry, I was talking about the animals. Everybody had their own doorway, their own entrance. And we find our floor, and they said, this is your door. Let us know if you need anything. And down in the courtyard, it was really neat because people were eating and drinking and swimming and just doing recreation together. And they invited us down as soon as we got situated. And I opened the door, and it's just luxurious and spacious, and it's a family room. And we were so excited, and we put down our backpacks, and we went to go explore. And it had a cozy little kitchen, and everybody had really nice, spacious bedrooms. And I was so excited to be there, and I couldn't wait to go socialize. And what's neat about this dream is that it felt like I dreamt for months. I felt like I lived there, like day in, day out, day in, day out. And it was a family, and it was loving and kind, and it's how I believe the church should be today. But as flawed as we are being human, I don't think we're going to get that until we're with the Lord. So this is the interpretation that I got. Hold on here. So, I believe the journey is our walk with the Lord. And you've got to stay on the straight and narrow. You can't go to the left. You can't go to the right. And it's dependent on you. Now, I believe I was with my family for a couple of reasons. One, that's my responsibility as a mother and a wife. My husband is the head of our household. And our children are our responsibility. And at the time I had this dream, they were all under the age of accountability. But it's a journey we take with our family, and it's our church family, and as you guys know, my family is my ministry, is my mission field, and I think this was confirmation that they would come with me. The growing gloominess and darkness is just the evil that was starting to creep in, and the desolation is, it's like straight, wide is the path, and many find it that leads to destruction, but narrow is the way, and few find it, and that leads to salvation. And it just felt like we went to this big expanse to smaller and smaller and more narrow as we walked. And that bridge was significant. I think that was like a passage of time. And we finally get to the heart of the city, and there's nothing here for us. There's nothing here for us anymore. There's no life here. And seeing these stop signs, these are like, I believe many of us that have been waiting for the rapture and just really felt that it was coming. And, you know, even the scripture talks about those that mock us and say, well, you always say the Lord's coming. I believe those are like, he's saying, wait. We have to wait for something. Something has to happen. And right now we're waiting for the last few people to come in to be saved before the rapture happens. And personally, this is where I feel like I am right now. I can see it. It's like we're at the end. It's right there. But we're waiting. And we're waiting for whatever the Lord's doing. There's something going on. But even in this waiting time, you can see those dark clouds, and they're right there. And there's just a little light left until we come into this courtyard. Now, I think the reason that all of the floors had animal names on them was God was explaining to me that this is the ark where we're going to be in safety during the storm that's coming. And the family room is the family room is significant to me because my family will be there with me. And even if not, we are a family. And it was just really, really neat and encouraging. So I hope this blesses you somehow, and I'm just encouraging you to seek the Lord, read the Word every day, pray every day, pray for those that are not yet saved. If you are not saved, find out who Jesus is. Read the book of John and give your heart to Him. There's not much left here for us, and soon we're going to go home, and the 7-year tribulation will be upon us. And God does not wish for that you to perish or any of us to perish. And that's why I'm sharing these dreams, is to tell you of the things that God's been showing me and revealing to me. I didn't just wake up one day and just think, oh, Jesus is coming. It's been years. So God bless. I love you, and I will talk to you soon.